You can start. It's
Oh,
like
yeah, the curious thing was that I was asked to do the Nordic section, and I'm not Nordic and I'm not Portuguese, but I've written about the Nordics a lot. And I'm always struck by the fact that any architecture, apart from in the very big cities, is an intervention between the water and the mountains and the trees, particularly the water and the trees. And that in a sense I tried to create something of the brooding, mysterious atmosphere of the Nordic countries. And so in a way the long curving run is sort of redolent of the ship in a sense, but is also meant to deliberately make the exhibit slightly secret. You have to be very quiet and you have to concentrate and look, and then you discover. And I feel that Nordic culture is very much like that. It's a quiet culture. You look and you discover. The other thing is that it can be very jolly. And it was in deliberate contradistinction to the Portuguese liking the Swiss aesthetic and having this rather straight aesthetic. I said, no, the Nordic thing is jolly and bright, and when the sun comes out it can be very colourful. And that's the nice thing about it. And so I wanted these colours and the fact that when the sun comes out and by the water, you're exuberant. This side of the exhibition is really buildings to the water. Mm-hmm. And those are secrets inside the ship. And I think my only criticism of what we've got is that we should have had more forest. Mm-hmm. If I was redesigning it now, I would have 3 times as much of the forest element. Okay. And then I wanted it also to show that there is experiment going on. The other thing about the Nordic stuff compared with, say, the Portuguese is that it's light. It's very light. It's like the boats, you know. And in my very long text I wrote, I drew attention to the history of Nordic construction being very close to the history of shipbuilding, because in fact in many cases they were the same builders who built the ships, cut the trees, built the ships and built the houses. And you see that there's still a lot of the wood tradition, a lot of the fineness of a wood tradition, a tradition of sticks. And with the project at the end of the Mette Thomsen project, this is one of the most experimental people in the Nordic working in Copenhagen, where her work combines computer techniques with craft techniques. But again, it comes back to the thin, light stick and the freedom of the lightness. So I wanted to draw attention to this.
Okay, wonderful.